Perfect. What's going on, Christian?
Hey, I see a bunch of people asking to record it, so I'm going to go ahead and start that
Okay.
record.
Awesome. Perfect. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, listen, Jay, I appreciate you guys letting me jump on and talk with the team. This is actually something I really enjoy doing, mainly because it's something that I helped put together. It's kind of my baby. So for those of you that don't know, Brian McMullen, he's kind of the mastermind behind iGenius and the success that we've been having, of course, along with the leaders that are out in the field. Brian actually is the one who started to develop this, and you'll see little pieces. I'll talk about certain things that he brought up in this plan that to me kind of blew me away. I've been in this industry about 16 years. Some of you are probably 4 or 5 at that time, which is fine. But it's one of those things that I have a big passion for. And so I actually run every other week, I do a bonus plan training. And that's something that you guys can join live. Those are typically on Fridays, usually the first and third Friday of the month. I do have one coming up this week, but I am headed to the Midwest this week. So Cade, who is my director of, he's really sales operation is what we call him. He's kind of the mobile support, so to speak. He'll talk with a bunch of leaders as well. He's going to be taking that on this week. So what I like to do, and as I talk to Jay and Josh and the other leaders this week, I like to leave it open for questions. I like it to be, I'll talk about something, you throw out a question. And again, like I told these guys before, if it's something where, I'm going to cover it, I'll tell you, hey, just hang on a second. If not, we'll answer it right there on the spot. No question's a dumb question, because chances are good if you're asking it, other people have that same question, maybe aren't ready to ask it. So please do so. And there is no such thing as interrupting me in the chat. So go ahead and drop questions as we go. I'll keep an eye on that. What I will do first, let me just make sure you guys can see my screen. Let's see, I won't put up the Ohio State game that I got going on over here. I'll pull up the bonus plan. All right, let's see. All right, can you guys see that okay? Golden. Perfect. Okay. I like to leave it minimized for a reason. Is anyone else a host, Jay? You probably can't unmute yourself now. The reason I ask is people are dropping into, let me see if I can make you co-host. People are dropping into the waiting room. That's okay. That's all right. As they come through, I can't make anyone else co-host, but that's all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this. Yeah, your mic's muted. That's okay. Do you want to unmute it? No. Okay. So I'll leave you out until you ask. Okay. So what I will do, the one thing I like to do when I start off with the bonus plan is I like to explain to people that it's important to, as you are training or talking about the bonus plan, let people know that it truly is optional. This is not a requirement to be in iGenius. You do not have to participate. In fact, about 70% of our members, we call them customers, are not even participating in the bonus plan whatsoever. One of the main reasons we do that, and if you are coming from other companies, you understand the severity of some of the regulators that are looking at companies like ours. You've got FTC, you've got SEC, you've got a lot of people that want to make sure that you're talking about this the proper way. So I always tell people front and center, I let them know, hey, this is completely optional, and this is something that you do not have to participate in. Now, I will say this, everyone is going to likely talk about the bonuses and the bonus plan differently, okay? And so this is how I like to do it. There's a rhyme, there's a reason to why I do it this way. And it's simply because it's what makes sense in my mind to talk to someone who is new to the business. A lot of times when you dive into a bonus plan conversation, you're talking to someone that has had bonus plan experience before. And so you can say something like generational match or team commissions, and they think, oh, yeah, I totally understand that. But to the everyday person, imagine me going to my father who's in his 70s and saying, Dad, I'm earning some team commissions. He's like, whoa, what's that? That doesn't make any sense. So I like to do it from the standpoint of how to relate to people that have never heard the bonus plan before. So as you can see on the screen, there's a bunch of different ways that you can earn. The easiest one to describe, of course, is the Fast Start bonus. So the Fast Start bonus, the way I like to talk about it, I'm big into DirecTV. I love DirecTV. I talk about DirecTV to friends and family. I told my dad about DirecTV 5 years ago. He got DirecTV. I received a $100 referral bonus. That is how I explain the Fast Start bonus. So anytime someone enrolls that you bring in, so you personally bring in, you will receive a Fast Start bonus. So depending on the pack, you've got Choice, Select, Premium, and Elite. They all carry a different bonus. So that one's plain and simple. That one's the easiest one for people to understand. And again, it is based on the people that you personally bring in. So I bring in Jay. Jay signs up. He decides that Premium is his go-to. He signs up on Premium. I receive a Fast Start bonus. Now, one thing that we don't have in the bonus plan presentation is there are bonuses, Fast Start bonuses or referral bonuses, for if you have someone that upgrades. So Jay comes in on Premium, sees the value in Elite, decides to upgrade to Elite. There is a Fast Start bonus that's associated with that as well. Okay, so that one's pretty simple. That's why I like to start there. Now, jumping back to the DirecTV example, I like to say, listen, I told my dad 5 years ago about DirecTV, and those 5 years ago, he's been a member of DirecTV every single month for 5 years. Do I get anything from that? No. However, in iGenius, that's where we're different. Every single time, because remember, I just brought in Jay on Premium, he upgraded to Elite. Every single time Jay renews his subscription, I receive $25. It doesn't matter if Jay's on Choice Pack. It doesn't matter if I have Josh or Devin or Daniel. I see different names. It doesn't matter what different packs they are on. Every single time they renew, I am going to receive a $25 bonus. Okay. And that again is for personal enrollments, people that I brought in. Andrew asked a good question. When he upgrades, would he get the difference in bonuses? So we just said right here that Jay upgraded from Premium to Elite. So would I get the $100 difference? And the answer is actually no. There is an amount that's associated with each upgrade. It's slightly lower than the full amount if they did it up front. And that's to incentivize people to talk about and focus on more of our Elite and Premium packages because of the amount of value that we put in those. So good question. So it ranges, but it's pretty close to full volume and pretty close to full Fast Start, but it is not 100% full. Okay, so good question. So on this rapid fire, you've got the example up here, nice and easy to understand. Jenny personally enrolled. So Jenny brought in 5 people of her own. They were customers on November 17th. All of them renewed in December. Jenny's going to get $25 rapid fire bonus for each of those renewals. And so that means she's going to get 5 times 25, so $125. Now we went a step further. We added this little bonus example here. A lot of people talk about these bonuses as, saying hitting the, 10X or different teams call them different things, right? So I've seen it where someone says, hey, so-and-so just hit the 10X rapid fire. They're simply referring to the fact that they have 10 personals who are renewing every single month. So they know they're getting $250 every single month from those renewals. Again, that has nothing to do with the team commissions or anything. It's a straight up referral bonus that is a residual for every single month that they renew. Okay, so that's kind of the rapid fire. All right, so now next in the presentation is what people always ask to see, which is the bonus table. But I always skip over that because I want to stay in line with, again, talking about the bonuses that make sense to someone new. So the next thing that I would talk about is down here. It's called the top-up bonus. Now, the top-up bonus is basically saying, max in here. Perfect. So the top-up bonus is basically saying, if you have 4 personals that you have enrolled, so again, personally brought in, you will not have a, let me start that over. If you have 4 personals, the minimum amount that you can earn in a 4-week period is $175. And the reason we do $175 is because that is the amount of your personal subscription. Okay, so if you have 4 personals, they do need to be on Select, Premium, or Elite. This does not count for the Choice Pack. The Choice Pack truly is for the person that might be struggling with money or just wants to dip their toe in. Check it out before they upgrade. So anyone on Select, Premium, or Elite that you personally brought in, if you have 4 of them, then you will not have to pay for your monthly subscription, in the sense that you will always be making $175 every single month. And the way that this bonus works is it's going to, and I like to talk in the sense of the system, what the system does as a commission period closes. So our commission periods here run from Friday morning all the way until Thursday at 1 a.m. Central. Okay, so I know most of you are in Central, but it's really from midnight to midnight for me, which is in Mountain Time. So midnight Mountain Time on Thursday is when the commission period ends. When the commission period ends, the system is going to come to my account and it's going to say, okay, how many people does Christian have personally enrolled? Oh, he's got 4. Okay. Are they on Select or higher? Yes, they are. Perfect. How much money in the last 4 weeks has Christian made on Fast Start Bonus, Binary, Generational, and Rapid Fire? And 2 of those, of course, we'll talk about shortly. But if those 4 if those 4 bonuses have not made over 175, then the top-up bonus kicks in and that payment is then put onto your account. So if we look at the example here, we've got Mary, who personally sponsored 4 distributors, and that can be customers as well. It's just 4 people on a subscription. So the system looked at Mary's account and said, okay, how much did she earn in Fast Start, Binary, Generation, and Rapid Fire over the last 4 weeks? And she had made $145. So Mary would qualify for the top-up bonus, meaning that a line item on the commission payout would be $30, which would bring her total to $175. If you have enough choice packages, does it qualify for top-up? So Sam, it does not. So it strictly looks at Select and above, but keep in mind, if you have enough Select, technically you are having your subscription paid for anyway. So if you have 7 on Choice, because if you remember, we just did the Rapid Fire, so 7 at $25 a piece is going to pay for your subscription, so you'll have 175. So therefore, you will not receive the recurring Rapid Fire bonus of 25 with the top up. So Vaughn, the way that it actually works is you are receiving the $25. So let's say that Mary has had these 4 people for, I don't know, 3 years. Okay, so Mary's had them for 3 years, and today is just another month in the 3 years, and they all 4 go and renew their subscription. You're going to get $25 per person, but let's say you don't earn any Fast Start, you didn't sign anybody up, so there's no Fast Start. You didn't have any binary commissions. Let's say you had them all put on one side for some reason, or you have some inactives on the other side, whatever it might be, but you're not earning team commissions. Therefore, they're not earning team commissions, so they're not getting generational. And so all you're receiving is the $100 in Rapid Fire. that means that the $75 from top up will kick in, and that is what will show up on the account. Okay, so again, so that means that there will always be 175 in a 4-week period. Now, the second that you qualify for a top up bonus, the system doesn't actually go back and take a look until another 4 weeks is up. So today, I shouldn't use today. Let's say that Thursday that we just had, Thursday the, what was it, the 11th, I think? Yeah, the 11th. So Thursday the 11th, the system looked at my account and I qualified for a top-up bonus. The system's not even going to look at my account again for another 4 weeks. But if it looked at my account on the 11th and I did not qualify for a top-up bonus, it's going to look again this coming Thursday. And again, until I either qualify, or if I'm just either making too much or I have enough personals that I'm not qualifying, then I'm probably okay, because now I don't need a top up to get me to 175. There is a second top up bonus, same concept, but it moves to 12 people and $500. So basically the top up bonus for 12 people is $500. Again, same situation. It's pretty basic. This time it's Tom, sorry. Tom had personally sponsored 12 people. They're on select or higher. Tom, in those 4 bonuses, made $455. And so there's a top up bonus that did kick in. Now, there are additional bonuses that don't fall in this, and you're not disqualified from them. This is simply saying that the minimum amount you will make if you have 12 personals is $500. Okay, so that's the top up bonus. And that one's pretty, I mean, I'll say this right now. A lot of people don't end up using the top up bonus very long, right? It's kind of a Kickstarter. You might use it in the first 4 weeks. You sign up 12 people. You're not totally balanced yet with your build and you're trying to figure things out. You're going to make sure that you have the $500 in that period, and that's great. After that, as you continue building, then this is almost it doesn't matter. There, I'm just going to say that. Okay, now this next one, this is really the game changer. Okay, when Brian brought this one, we were kind of like, wow, that's a neat concept, but on top of it, the amount of money that people have made on this is pretty insane. And there's been people that have tried to hit it and they don't hit it. There's people that this is all they focus on, because if they do this action, then they know what they're going to make at minimum for the next 4 weeks. And that is what we call the X6 and X12 bonus. Okay, so with the X6 and X12 bonus, it is done on a specific calendar. Okay, so this one, you guys kind of got to get this, month to month, or even sometimes week to week concept out of your mind for this bonus, because it's a special one and it has its own calendar. That's why we put the calendar in the slide presentation for you. So the way that this one works is it goes from a specific date to 4 weeks later. So we just started one on November 5th, and it goes from a Friday until a Thursday 4 weeks later. So the period that we're in right now, you can see it down here at the bottom, is November 5th until December 2nd. Okay, so you've got those 4 weeks. So when you are using this, this calendar, it's going to reset again in January, and it's just the first Friday of January is going to start the new period, and it'll be pretty simple to see. We'll update this as we go. We've done this for about 1.5 years now, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about this. Again, this is only for these 2 bonuses. I'd like to talk about this in kind of a 2-phased approach, okay? You have your first active requirement, so what you must do personally, and then you have your enrollment requirement, which is the recruiting aspect, or bringing customers and distributors into the business, okay? So the first is the active requirement. The way that you can qualify personally for this bonus, the X6, is you have to either have an elite. So the easiest way to qualify for this is you personally purchase an elite pack, or you can accumulate 1,000 PV. So PV is the volume that you get for your monthly order. Let's say that you're on a I don't know, select subscription, you have 100 PV every single month. That means after 10 months, you would have enough to personally qualify for this bonus. So there's two ways to qualify. Again, the easiest is to be an elite yourself, okay? So that is your personal requirement. So I come in, I purchase my elite, I'm now active and able to receive the X6 bonus. Now I have to do the activity or the enrollment requirement, which is this. You bring in 6,000 GV from personally enrolled people, okay? And this can come from either upgrades or new enrollments. So as you're starting a team, a lot of times what you're doing is you're bringing people in, there's new enrollments going on, you're getting volume for that. For all of your personal enrollments, if you have 6,000 or more GV, then you qualify for this bonus. So in this example that you see on screen, Mary had 6 people all sign up on Elite. Okay, that's by far the easiest way to do it. You have 6 enrollments that are Elite, and she had Megan, Jerry, Sarah, Stephen, Luke, and Ben. Okay, they all came in, they all bought $1,000, or excuse me, 1,000 volume packs, and boom, she qualified because she herself was also on Elite. So what does that get Mary? It gets Mary a share in the 1% global volume pool. So what does that mean? So again, let's go back to look at the period that we just closed. We just closed the period October 8th until November 4th. So what the system does, it's going to take all of the global volume that happened from October 8th to November 4th, and it's going to take 1% and it's going to drop it into X6. And then it's going to say, okay, how many people are in X6? Oh, there's 10 people. We're going to split that up evenly amongst all the shares. Now, can you earn multiple shares? Absolutely. Can you get 5, 6, 10 of these shares? Absolutely. There's no cap on how many you can earn. Now, keep this in mind. Every time you earn a share, you're diluting it for other people, which is great because you're earning more. And people do this all the time. I'll tell you right now, there's someone that had 48,000 GV in a period. She actually had 49,000. TikToker out of Canada. She's crazy. She's amazing. 49,000 GV. So she got 8 of these shares. Okay. Now that's pretty intense, pretty crazy. It's the highest I think we've seen it. So you can qualify for multiple shares. So that is the X6 portion. Now, it's really easy to then talk about X12 because all we're doing is increasing it by 6,000. So we're saying now, if you have 12,000 in the group volume, you are able to qualify for an X12. Again, the personal requirement still the same, an elite or I accumulate 1,000 PV. And then I have to have personal enrollments of 12,000 GV. And again, those personal enrollments can either upgrade or newly enrolled people. So in this example, you'll see right in the middle there that Tom and Anna enrolled on premium. They had 500 PV. Again, these are all Mary's personals, but then let's say that Tom and Anna then go and upgrade. There's additional volume that's dropped in and helps you qualify for that X12. So now what does the X12 pay out? That is now 3% of the global volume during that same period. So again, going back to the calendar, I want you guys to get very familiar with the calendar. We are talking about from October 8th to November 4th. It takes 3% of the global volume. It drops it into the X12 and it splits it amongst the people that earned the X12 share. I'll tell you right now, the X12 shares, there's a lot less of them and there's more money because it's 3%, not 1%. Okay, so we did a little math project with the group on the numbers from last month. And look, these numbers change all the time. People do not always qualify for this. You hear me with my tone on some of my disclaimers here. These are not typical results. Okay, this is a hard bonus to qualify for, but I am using real numbers for what just happened. Okay, so the last X6 bonus was $500 per share. Okay, so someone came in, if you want to do the quick math, you have $500 per share. And if you got the X12, that meant that you got 2 shares in X6. Okay, so 500 and 500. But let's say that you did it the easiest way and you had 12 elite members. Okay, so you had 500 and 500, so that's 1,000. Then of those 12 people, you did elites. That means we have a fast start bonus. That fast start is $200. So 200 times the 12. Okay, so now we're looking at 2,400 plus the 1,000 for the X6. Okay, now the X12 was 6,000. Okay, so now you're adding the 6,000 onto the 2,400 onto the 1,000. Okay, so we're at what is that, 9,400 right there. And then if you were just the lowest 10%, let's say you were an executive and you were 10%, you get 10% of half of your volume. And again, we haven't talked about team commissions yet, so we'll talk about that shortly, but you get 10% of your weak side, and if you balance them perfectly, 10% is about $600. Okay, so now you're at about an even 10,000. Well, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to do 12 elites. So that's, we'll do it right now because as you guys know, we're in a promotional period. So we do 12 elites times 1,300 bucks. Okay, so that is, the person brought in $15,600 to the company, and the company paid out just over $10,000 to the individual. Okay, you want to talk about a hot bonus? The X6 and X12 is 100% the hot bonus. And here is why. So what we do is we take, let's say that, I know this guy's name's Nate. Nate loves this bonus because he wants to be able to plan around his mortgage, right? He just applied for a home. He just moved into his new home. So he says, perfect. $10,000 is what Nate's going to get over a 4-week period. So he knows at minimum, just for the X6 and X12, he's getting $2,500 a week. So now he can plan his expenses. He can plan so much more because he knows exactly what it's going to be. Now, one of the benefits of this plan is we are paid weekly. And if you know exactly what you're going to get paid in one of the bonuses, it makes it that much easier to just figure it out. Well, I just told you that he made $10,000 for bringing in 12 people. Now, look, it varies. I've seen it much, much higher, and I've seen it lower. Okay, I've seen it in the 7,500 range. It does vary based on how many people qualify. But what I'm trying to put out there is that the reason Nate likes this and the reason that people like these types of bonuses is because then they can calculate and plan their life around what these bonuses are paying out. Okay, so that's the X6, the X12, the fast start, the top up, and the rapid fire. I like to hit those and hit those hard because what are all of those? Those are all based on enrollment, right? Those are all based on you going out and doing something as a leader and bringing people into the business. Okay, so any questions on any of those bonuses that we went over? Because then we're going to shift gears and we're going to go into team commissions, and it's a very different discussion. So I want to make sure that I clear all of these out. Do you know what the share is going to pay before you just receive it? So you know what it is the second that the period closes, and it doesn't pay out for 3 weeks after it closes. And the reason for that, of course, is returns and things like that. We want to make sure that all of that is calculated in there. But you definitely know the second that the period closes. So I'll tell you right now, I go to this calendar and I'm like, all right, when are my long nights going to be? Okay, my long nights, it's going to be December 2nd. December 2nd at midnight. I know I'm going to have people sitting there messaging me, hey, I'm at 1150, 11,500. I got to get another premium in. I need you to clear this one right now. I mean, that's what happens right at midnight as these periods end, because people know that this is powerful. So December 3rd in the morning when you wake up, you're going to be able to see what that X6 and X12 are going to pay out. But again, using this example that we're in right now, if it ends on December 2nd, you're going to get paid your first check on Christmas on the 25th. And likely we won't pay on Christmas. You'll probably get commissions on the 28th. I'll just get ahead of that and tell you guys, because I'm sure that's going to happen. Okay, any other questions on X6 or X12 or any of the other ones that we've gone over? Because those are the bulk of the enrollment ones, okay? These next two are what almost all network marketers want to see. X24, yeah, do it. Look, Matthew, the thing is, we have an X48. We had someone who got 4 X12s and 8 X6s. Yeah, it was crazy. In fact, it happened a couple times before. We actually had this thing at X4 and X8. So we started this calling it the X4 and X8. Well, guess what? Just like someone said earlier, this is a hustler's bonus. This is a hustler's bonus plan. Well, hustlers got in and said, shoot, I know what I can do. They started hustling. So we had to move this up to an X6 and X12. And it stayed there pretty solid, but who knows? I mean, you guys coming in, I see the numbers you guys are doing already. I'm not saying it won't change, but it's a good bonus. Let me just say that. Okay. And if it ever gets to a point where it's not paying what we think it should for the work that you guys are putting in, we adjust. We do. We try not to touch the bonus plan because we know you guys are teaching it, but okay. Any other questions on this one? Okay. If not, let's go to the typically the holy grail of the bonus plan world, which is the bonus table. So what I'm going to do, many of you have been in unilevels or trinaries, or if you do this, you get paid this, and there's one way to get paid. That is not this bonus plan. And I want you to get that out of your mind as you're looking at this bonus table, okay? This bonus table is set up as such. Left side is the rank that you're hitting. Zoom in a little, sure. Yeah, this is always the tough one. Whoa, that is not what I wanted to do. All right, so go back to this. Maybe I'll do this one full screen. Let's see. Daniel, Taylor, Colby, can you guys see this? Okay, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, good. Okay, perfect. So the way that this is set up is you have the rank that you can hit on the left side, the things that you need to do personally on columns 2, 3, and 4, and then what you get comes after that. Okay, so what we're going to focus on is columns 1 through 4 right now. The first thing I'm going to bring up is the fact that we have the influencer rank. Let me tell you, people love, especially people as they're coming into the business, they like to feel like they hit a rank. With this, there's not actually even payment outside of, you know, fast start or other things that they're receiving. Influencers just say, hey, you hit a rank, good job, keep going. Your first paid rank is actually the rank of executive. Okay, so as we sorry, I wanted to see this. Sam asked, could just present with speaker notes? Oh yeah, so Sam noticed something that is kind of cool. I'll show you guys this in a little bit. There are speaker notes on every single one of our presentation tables. And the reason for that is because we want people that don't fully understand it yet to be able to use exactly how we teach it and how you can really say it compliantly, because we put all of the words in there that you can and cannot say. We have speaker notes that tell you, hey, don't say this, don't say that, you'll get in trouble if you say this. So we want you guys to have all of that at your fingertips. So I'll show you that in just a second here. Okay, so let's dive into the table. First things first, I actually want to jump to the last column that we're going to talk about, which is column 4. It's called personal enrollments per leg. This simply means that you have someone that you personally brought in and you're placing them in your left or right leg. Okay, so everything that you've learned outside of this bonus plan, I want you to forget about it. Just think of yourself having 2 legs and you're able to place people on left or right side. So Jay comes in, I sign up Jay, I put him on my left. I bring in Daniel, I put Daniel on my right. I now have 1 left active, 1 right active. That meets my personal enrollments per leg requirement to Platinum Executive. You can see that 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then for Global Executive, and you'll notice all the way down, the max that you need is 2 and 2. So now I bring in Taylor and I put him over with Jay, and Colby comes in, I put him over with Daniel. Well, guess what? Now I have my 2 left, 2 right active requirements, and they're solid all the way down. Okay, so I'm good. And then you'll notice once we get down to Crown and Legend and a lot further, now you're looking at, you need additional legs, and that's where you start to do the development. But right now we're just going to talk about the kind of the top half or top 3/4 of the plan. Okay, so 2 left and 2 right. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go out, you're going to enroll people, and you're going to put at least 1 on your left, 1 on your right. Okay, so now that you've done that, you've got 1 left, 1 right. Now what you do is you look for the next thing that you need, which is enrollment leg requirement. Oh, not available or not applicable. And then you go over to column number 2, which is qualifying enrollment tree volume. This is from your personal enrollments and the people that they enroll. Okay, that is all that it is. It is the enrollment leg volume. And so the best way that I can do it or explain it is say this. The system looks at me and says, okay, who did Christian bring in? Now we just talked about it. We said Jay, Daniel, Taylor, and Colby. I brought in 4 people. That means, guess what? I have 4 enrollment legs, okay? So the system's gonna look down and say, how much volume is in Jay's leg? Oh, there's 150. How much is in Daniel's? Oh, there's 200. Taylor's, Colby's. And it's gonna say, okay, that's the enrollment volume. That's the total volume. Okay, so it's just gonna take a look and it's gonna accumulate all of that. Now, if I have a leader, okay, so let's say Chad's my leader, and he's placing people under me, and they're going under Jay, they're going under Colby, they're going under these different people. That is not enrollment volume. That is considered binary or placement volume, has nothing to do with my efforts or the people that I brought in, their efforts. Okay, this is one of the most difficult things to understand. So if we can get through this, we're going to be in a good place. Okay, so I want to go to this next slide because I created this slide for this discussion. Let me see if it'll cooperate. Perfect. Okay, this is the most confusing, but also probably most helpful slide in understanding this. Your enrollment tree, the people that you bring in are level 1, right? So in this example, I brought in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so they're just all my first level in the sense of enrollment, right? So I brought in A, I brought in B. Now, if A brings in some people, B brings in some people, those are still my enrollment legs, okay? So the system, every single week, it does not care how many legs you have. You could have 150. You know, Anthony Napolitano, one of our top leaders, not one of them, our top leader, he has a ton of enrollment legs. And that's because of this exact example. The system is going to look at every single one of those legs, and it's going to say how much enrollment volume is coming from each of those. Now, one big thing that you have to understand is that first sentence that is listed there. No more than 50% of your qualifying rank volume can come from any one of your enrollment legs. Okay, and you guys have seen this before, 40-40-20. You guys have seen this even 50-50 in some other plans. It's the same exact thing. So if in this example, I'm trying to qualify for Diamond Executive. So let's look at Diamond Executive. We're looking right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, 10,000 is what I need, and I need 2 on my left, 2 on my right. So that's what I need to hit the rank of Diamond Executive. So the easiest example, or the easiest thing that you can do, is whatever rank is next for you, take that volume at that rank that's next for you, cut it in half, and that is the max volume that you can have from one enrollment line. That's a very easy process for you to do. So if I am currently global executive, I'm saying, oh man, I'm going to hit Diamond Executive. I can only have 5,000 volume coming from any one of my enrollment legs. So again, let's go back over here. My enrollment legs are A through G. Okay, the system. Again, I love to talk about the system because people think about it much easier when it's more like a computer doing it. A computer comes in and it says, A, how much is in A? Is it less than 5,000? Yes, perfect. We're going to count all of it. So 900 goes to my qualified volume. B, is it less than 5,000? Yes, perfect. All 2,000 counts. So now I have 2,900. C, is it less than 5,000? No. Okay, the max we can count is 5,000. It takes the other 4,000 and sets it aside. So now I have 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 900. So now I'm at 7,900. Okay, so it does that over and over and over with every single leg. It just goes A through G, and then it accumulates it. So in this example, you'll see that I have 900, 2,000, 5,000. So I'm at 7,900, 8,900, 9,900. Then I'm over 10,000. Boom, I'm Diamond Executive. Okay, has nothing to do with the binary tree. You'll notice that my placement, the way that I placed people in my binary tree where the X is over there, I actually put A and B, the first 2 people that I brought in, I put them over on my right leg. But then C, D, E, F, G, maybe they were all together, they're friends or whatever, I put them all on my left leg. It doesn't matter where they're placed for qualifying for a rank. Now, once I've qualified for a rank, the next thing the system does is it says, okay, how much volume is there and how much does Christian get paid? So once you've hit a rank, I just hit Diamond Executive. That means now we're in column 5. What do I get? I get 12.5% of the volume on my weakest side, weakest as far as volume is concerned for the week only. Okay, so now let's look at, hold on, binary commissions. So the system again is going to look and it's going to say, okay, does Christian have a weak left side or a weak right side? Well, this week I have 300 on my right side and I have 500 on my left side. So it looks like my right side is my weak side. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to apply whatever percent that I earned to that right side. Okay, so we'll go back again to this and we'll say, okay, at Diamond Executive, I got 12.5%. Okay, so what is on my weak side? My pay leg is 300 volume. I get 12.5% of that 300 volume. Okay, and that is again just the binary team commissions. Now, why this is different is because guess what? Some of these people may not be from my personal enrollments. They could be, remember Chad was my upline? Chad could have placed Jerry and Kim in my organization. I still get paid on people that were brought in. Okay, now let's again jump back. So hopefully that makes sense as far as what you're getting paid on. Okay, so again, it looks every single week at Thursday at midnight, it's going to look and it's going to say, okay, what side of the tree, left leg or right leg, is Christian's weakest this week? What has the least amount of volume? Oh, it's his left side. Okay, that's where he's going to get 12.5%. And then the following week, maybe my rank drops to Platinum Executive. Okay, what's the weak side? Okay, it's his right side this time. He gets 10% of that. A week later, I'm Ambassador, 15%. Okay, so that's how it works. It moves every single week. And you'll notice at the rank levels, that's where you earn binary percent and then check match kicks in. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. I'm not going to talk about that here, but you get different levels, so you get different generations of check match. Now, the other thing I want to point out, these numbers right here, monthly and weekly pay lock, are not the amount that you are paid. It is the max amount that you can make in team commissions alone. Okay, so team commissions alone, you can make, I'm an executive, right? I can make $625 a week just in team commission. So my 12.5%, $625. Now, there's a reason that people want to rank up, and that's because that number increases, right? And it keeps going. Now, people are going to say, well, okay, you gave me an example where there was 500 on the left side and there was 300 on the right, and I was paid on 300. What happens to my volume? Well, guess what? Look at it like this. Jenny and Tom cancel out. Jerry and Reggie cancel out. Kim and Robert cancel out. So I was paid on 300 on my right side. So 300 on my left side come out. It balances out. Well, guess what? There's 200 left. That means I start the beginning of next commission period. So Friday morning, I start with 200 already on my left side. So if I'm recruiting or having subscriptions that are hitting, I'm going to want them on my right side because I already have 200 built up. And this compounds exponentially. There are people with hundreds of thousands and even millions built up in a power leg. So if I have a power leg of my left side and I have 1 million volume, every time volume drops in on my right side, guess what? That's my pay leg. I'm going to get paid on it. And whatever I'm paid on, if I'm paid on 10,000 volume, 10,000 comes out of the million, then the 9,990,000 carries over to the following week. Okay, that's very important to understand. We do not flush volume. Let me say that again. We don't flush volume. Binary volume stays in your binary tree. Here, and I'll give an easy example to understand. You know how I told you at the beginning, you have to have one left and one right active. Let's say I brought in 2 people into the business, one left, one right, and the person on my left stayed active. The person on my right went inactive. The person on my left brought a bunch of people into the organization. My left side is building up. I've got 10,000. Oh, now I've got 20,000, and it just keeps building up on my left side. That volume doesn't flush. So I go in my back office and I look and I'm like, oh man, I've got 50,000 holding volume now on my left side. I'm an idiot. I didn't bring in another person and try and qualify for at least executive, because then everything that I do on my right side is going to go towards working towards getting binary team commissions. And again, that's why you want to increase your rank, because at first I'm only going to be able to capitalize on $75, which means that I'm able to capitalize on 750 volume, because 750 volume times 10%, $75. Okay. Again, that's only, excuse me, that's only in weekly and monthly pay lock, and it's only on binary commissions. It has nothing to do with any of the other bonuses. Doesn't include X6, X12, fast start, nothing. Okay. Any questions on this bonus table? When you get to the rank of crown, you probably won't have to ask me, but the enrollment leg rank requirements simply means that so for crown, you need 2 presidential ambassadors. What happens is, as the system checks your leg A, it's going to say, hey, is there any presidential ambassadors in here? If there is 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, it's going to say, perfect, there's 1 presidential ambassador leg. Then it's going to look at B, C, you can only have 1 from each leg, but it's basically going to allow you to rank up. So as Anthony was ranking up, for example, he first worked on getting his 2 presidential ambassadors, but in the back of his mind, he knew, shoot, I'm going to have 2 crowns shortly and a prezi. So I am going to go ahead and have another presidential that I'm working on so that I can have 3 total legs that are ranking up. Okay. Once you hit those higher ranks, we do have something called the $1 million bonus. This is where you get InvestView shares and Zoom tokens, part of our platform. If you've gone through the overview presentation, you will understand that we are part of a publicly traded company. We are a subsidiary of them. And so you receive 250,000 shares of tokens, and that is paid out at the crown level. Okay, so before I go on, any questions on this? Holy moly. It's not a question, but yes. Okay, well, if you think of some, that's fine. We'll discuss it. So what's funny, guys, is this is actually where the bonus plan originally stopped. Yeah, Josh, I'll show that. So this is normally where the bonus plan would have stopped, but Brian McMullen said, you know what, we should do generations. We should add in a generational component where you can earn a percentage on what your team earns in their team commissions. That would be cool. And we said, okay, well, you know, we want to look at, you know, we want to look at these bonuses and see if we can actually pay it out. And he's like, well, let's just start it, even if it's 1%. Let's just start it at 1%. And he said, we'll just max it out at 10% when we get to that place. And so what Brian said is, he said, okay, let's throw in a generational bonus. So what this generational bonus is it's up to 10% of the binary team commissions in each of your eligible generations. So I just showed you I was Diamond Executive. That means that I qualify for 1 generation. So what actually is a generation? A generation is the rank of Global Executive is what starts a new generation. So remember when I told you I had Jay on my left side, I brought in Jay, and that is my first generation. But guess what? If Jay's not a Global Executive, it's going to go to the next person, which was Daniel. So it's going to go to Daniel. And let's say Daniel is a Global Executive. Well, that's my generation 1. It's Jay and Daniel. So if Jay received a team commission and Daniel received a team commission, I get up to 10% of their binary commissions as my generational payout. And that can be paid, you know, anywhere from, it's been a small percent up to a larger percent. It ebbs and flows. And the reason it ebbs and flows, people always ask me, well, why would it ebb and flow? And it's simply because we pay out so high that if we hit our max, the max amount that the board of directors says we can pay out, then it caps it and it says, hey, we're going to pay 3%. We're going to pay 7%. We're going to pay 1%. So that is why this ebbs and flows. And it truly is, you know, it's generational in nature of how it actually calculates, but it's really an additional amount that are, sorry, a couple more people in the waiting room. It's an additional amount that Brian just wanted to throw it in to make it sweeter, because as you continue to grow this organization, just imagine how large those generations are. And when you're at like Anthony's level, he's got 5 generations, and 5 generations could be huge. It could go to Jay, to Daniel, and it keeps going until it finds a Global Executive. And once it finds that Global Executive, it says, okay, that's the end of generation 1. And then it starts generation 2. Well, Anthony has 5 generations that he earns. It's going down very, very deep into the organization, looking to capitalize on this bonus. So super powerful one, but this is truly an additional or an add-on bonus, so to speak. Okay, any other questions on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out here. Let's see. I'm going to go into the back office here in a second. If it'll let me. There we go. I don't know where the chat went though. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm saying, Devin. Plug in 50 elites this week. Yeah, that's going to get you a couple shares in the X6, X12. It's going to get you some nice fast start. So I'm going to stop my share for just a second. I'm going to go see if I can pull up a test account real quick. All right, just give me a quick thumbs up. You guys can see this one. Okay, perfect. So this is, of course, the back office. We have many different things that you can utilize here. Excuse me. Of course, the dashboard here is going to give you a nice idea of the numbers that you have: active left, active right, your volume left and right. So you'll see that I have, because this is my test account, I have right here 14,700. That's my total enrollment volume, but my qualified is only 600. And you can dive down a little bit deeper into this by looking at my business commissions and current commissions. Okay, so my business commissions, current commissions. And you'll be able to see why I only have 600 QEV by going over here to the QEV. It's going to show you that I have this big enrollment line of iGenius new. Okay, this is our other test, one of our test legs. There's 500 volume that I can use because of the 50% rule. And then I have 50 from a random guy named Scott and 50 from another test account. So that's why I only have 500. So you'll be able to go in and see, shoot, am I capped somewhere? Yep, I'm capped under iGenius new. Well, guess what? That means I'm going to focus in putting people under Scott and Elite this week in order to rank up. Okay, so it's kind of a neat little thing that we do. The other thing that this shows holding volume and current volume combined. So you're going to see both of those there. Over here is going to just be a snapshot of your info. So it's going to talk about your enroller, your replicated site, what subscription you're on, highest rank that you've achieved, and some of your enrollers information. On the left here, another important thing that is not part of the bonus plan, but absolutely is a bonus, is first, we have first several times, let's see. Okay, well, it's gonna maybe show me. Okay, it's not going to show me. So we do incentive trips. Okay, we just finished one up for Punta Cana, so Dominican Republic. That's going to be next April that we're going on that. We're going to be doing some more. We just had one in Greece. We had one in Jamaica. We did 2 this year. So that's one piece that's exciting and something you can qualify for. As far as rapid fire and enrollment, these are actually 2 things that you can qualify for that earn additional money. So the rapid fire bonus, this is for someone who for the week finishes in the top 10, they're going to split $2,500. So Amira Khalid is right now in first place and would receive $1,000 for finishing in first place in the rapid fire bonus. So we give out $20,000 a month additional to the bonus plan in this bonus. Okay, so it's this one, and the other one is the enrollment volume one. Okay, and again, it's done on a weekly basis. So again, if we look at weekly enrollment volume, right now, Zakia Kermo is 4,000. So they would be receiving the $1,000. And people say, well, why would you do a rapid fire and an enrollment? Because if I did 10 rapid fires for choice members, I signed up 10 people, I did, but how much volume did that generate? Only 500, 10 times 50. But if I brought in 5 people that were on elite, how much volume did that generate? 5,000. Okay, so we did this kind of 2-pronged. We did an enrollment and a rapid fire. Okay, let's see. When does weekly stop start? So Matt, it starts at midnight. Well, 12:01 a.m. Mountain on Friday morning. Okay, and then it ends at midnight Mountain Thursday evening. So it goes Friday morning to Thursday evening. And I will say, as you launch a team, remember all of the work that you're doing right now, it's all going to help you rank up for the next 4 weeks. So your ranks, those are looking at a 4-week rolling. I did forget to mention that as I was discussing QEV. It is a four-week rolling qualified enrollment volume that it's looking at. Josh, which ones did you want me to show? Oh, the reports. Okay, so there's several different reports that you can go to. You can do custom reports. So when you go to My Business, now again, there's one thing that I will say. All of you, if you want to become a distributor, you do need to KYC. So we need to, especially as a publicly traded company subsidiary, know who it is that we are dealing with and make sure that you guys understand that as entrepreneurs and as you earn commissions, it is on you to report taxes, report and pay for taxes, report income. And so we do need you to upgrade to distributor. You will see that when you first enroll, you'll enroll as a customer, come in on the left side. And it does take about 2 days for support to go through and just verify that. But once that happens, then you're good to go. And that's when some of these will pop up. So once you've done that, on the left-hand side, you're going to see some of these. Genealogy is a great one to use. We have a bunch of different trees that you can use. I like the personally enrolled. That's a really good one. You can go down, you can actually see what these people are, what their active and highest rank has been, how much volume they're bringing in. Again, that was genealogy, personally enrolled. Binary tree view is another popular one that people like to see. This will give you the information on each of the distributors that you have in your organization. It's going to tell you, oh, this is Test for Tino, and here's their information. Are they active? No, they don't have a subscription on file, all of that. Let's see. I want to make rank up posters for everyone, but not sure how to view all the ranked members on my right leg. Okay, so again, we do personally enrolled. Okay, so Josh, if you're looking here, you've got personally enrolled. You can actually sort by placement. So these are all your left individuals. These are all your right individuals down here. And then over here is the rank that they hit. This isn't a great one because it only shows like retail and representative and things like that. Okay. But this is probably one of the best ones for that. Or you can do a personal report, so you can actually go in, create a members and downline report. That's a good one. And then you can see different ranks and things like that. What tax document does it look for? It looks for a W-9. So if you're US, W-9. If you're international, it's a W-8. And that's just so we can send you guys your 1099s at the end of the year, of course. Okay, some of the other things in order to help yourself better understand where you are in certain qualifications, you can look at the X6 and X12 report. This is going to show you for the period that we're currently in, how you're doing. Test account's not doing so hot right now, so let's go back to maybe this one. No, I'll at least show you some numbers. Test account hasn't been enrolling people very much. Oh, there we go. So it's going to show up like this. It's going to show you're personally enrolled, the product that they're on, and the volume that popped in. So it's going to show that you're at 1,000. Of course, that doesn't qualify you for X6 or X12, but it at least shows you where it's at. Oh, show where the presentation is. Okay, so Marketing Center. If you go into the Marketing Center, hold on just a second. Sorry, sounds like there's some people here and my dogs are freaking out. All right, so left-hand side again, Marketing Center right here. You're going to see under General, you're going to have all of the different documents that we have. So updates and explainer videos. Once you push it open a little bit further, so make sure you keep hitting the little down arrow right here. It's up now because I opened all of them, but then it's going to show you the overview presentations, either the videos or the PDFs, and then you can click on it to view the presentation. If it's something where you're creating something for your team and you wish to have access to it, while you are in it, it's a Google slide. You can request access and compliance will message you and say, okay, what are you doing with it? Just to make sure that you know, we know who it is that we are sharing this with. How long does it take to become a distributor after you send all your forms? Yeah, it's like 2 days. Yeah, thanks, Colby. Rank up posters, good question. So Josh, those are at the bottom here, under recognition. So this is going to show, hey, got a new member. You can pop this in, or the different ranks. So as you hit a rank, the other thing that happens is when you do hit a rank, it sends an email to you. And once it sends the email, if you somehow misplace the email or something happens, that's okay. Just you know, send a message into support and they can regenerate one for you. Other things that are back here, of course, is product access. That's going to be on the left. Our iGenius store, so different swag that you can get. There's just a bunch of different things that you can click into. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. We're going to do some discounts on the iGenius store shortly for Black Friday. That'll be happening here shortly. And then all of this, I mean, you know, on the left-hand side, you've got news and updates, leaderboards, account management. So if you want to deal with your profile, your payment manager, I guess I'll show this. So as you're receiving commissions, you can choose your different, you know, BTC, Skrill. We're going to add some. You know, do you want to be paid in Zoom token or BTC through CoinZoom? So all of that can be taken care of here in the back. If you do not update this, you're paid out in GPG. That is the main way of payment that will happen in the back office if you don't do anything. But if you do, then we'll make sure that we pay you the way that you selected. Okay, any other questions? Perfect. Well, if not, then, oh, Elite Advantage, good question, Devin. Elite Advantage is kind of my baby. So Elite Advantage, when we first started, we had, you know, elites, and they were like, hey, we want more and more value. So we created an elite channel where people can actually get access to Elite Advantage calls. So we have some of our top leaders. We have one coming up right before Thanksgiving with one of our leaders from Germany in Austria. So his name's Tino. And, you know, it's kind of like a panel. We sit down, we talk with them. And, you know, we just discuss with the different leaders some nice value add for people that, you know, are kind of new to the business. And it's nice, you know, people that have gone all in, but it's really a good situation, especially with people that have been there in your shoes before. and are potentially where you want to be or blow past in the future. So that's good. We have luggage tags. We have some advantages when you come to live events. Of course, as soon as we launched this, there was a global pandemic, so that didn't always work out perfectly for events. But as we start having more regional and global events, there's preferred seating and pricing that does that. So we don't actually mail those; we give those out at the events. And the reason we don't do that is because it would be me mailing it to everybody, and I don't want to do that. So with thousands and thousands, I don't really want to mail luggage tags out to everybody. But they're pretty cool. They're just little conversation starters, which is obviously important in this industry. Yeah, so Sam, you could be a sole proprietor, you could be an LLC, depends how you set yourself up. But yeah, if you're just an individual, then you would just mark individual on the W-9. But if you have an LLC or a S Corp or however you set yourself up, yeah. Okay, well, guys, listen, I love jumping on these, but I love my wife more, and she's gonna kill me if I don't get off soon. So I'm gonna turn the host back over to you, Jay.
Got it. I just went and grabbed it.
Yeah, you figured it out. There you go.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate that a lot. I hope everybody was taking some notes, and I hope that helped them understand a lot more. I know it even did for me. Obviously, he's a boss. He helped create all of this. So thank you a lot for your time. We know that it's very valuable, and we'll be talking soon. All right.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, boss. All right, guys. So hope you guys all got a ton of value from that. That was awesome. Very in-depth explanation of everything. I hope you guys understand that a lot more now. So pretty much all I really want to say left is tomorrow we have another launch call at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with the top earner, Anthony Napolitano, who you guys got to hear from yesterday. So we'll be having another launch call. So everybody that you want to see the opportunity and show, maybe friends, family, whoever it is, your neighbor, the mailman, whatever it might be, go ahead and invite them. So 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central. So we'll go ahead and announce that in the chats, and anybody that is not already signed up. I don't know what you're waiting for, especially after hearing that. That was fire. That was awesome. So if you're ready to get paid, if you loved what was going on, if you think you're going to crush this, let me see some ones in the chat, because I know I am. With all the different bonuses, it's going to be insane. So there's a bunch of ways for everybody to get paid on and off the charts. So we love to see that. With that being said, invite for tomorrow's call. I think we're going to have another registration link, or you can just send them the Zoom as well. We'll go ahead and release that here soon. So be looking for it in the Wi-Fi Money chat. But with that being said, everybody have a phenomenal rest of their Saturday. I know what I'll be doing. I will be grinding. So I'm excited to see you guys all tomorrow on the call, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So